Went out at the weekend with the boys. I never drank to where I was over the limit because I always drive when I go out. The feeling of leaving the club knowing that I can just get into my car and go straight home makes the night much more enjoyable. And on this night, it was another Brucey bonus. Inside the club, me and my two friends, Jay and Jibs. Yeah, I know. That's their names. We met up with another girl named Dee, who we already know from the area, and her friend Rebecca, who was at the bar at the time. We were having a good night. Tunes were popping off. Everyone was vibing. I had not yet noticed Dee's friend Rebecca, as the vibe in the club was so lit. I'm talking like full 100. There were girls everywhere. The night was drawing to a close and somehow Dee found out that I was driving. Now, you see me? The only time girls get in my car after the club is when they are coming to the Ken. Now, sorry, for those that don't understand Scouse dialect, Ken is short for kennel. Girls come back to the kennel to see the big dog. Ho, 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 ho. Anyway, so yeah, she obviously wanted a lift home. And me knowing that I'm already dropping my two boys off, I wasn't really feeling it. Jibs and Jay said they would just come back to mine for a smoke and then just get a cab home after. So dropping off Dee and Rebecca wasn't that much of a task. Leaving the club, I just went straight to my car as it was close by. You know what people are like leaving the club. Everybody stands outside and wants to talk, but that night was chilly and me and cold weather are not friends, never have been. We now pull up outside Dee's house. Since seeing Dee in the club, I'd not noticed her friend Rebecca at all, even though she was sitting behind me in my car. Rebecca was in the middle. So as I stopped, I turned to say my goodbyes and boom, there she was, Rebecca. Strong light brown legs folded in a nice pair of heels. Dark hair, looking like food, my G. I was gassed, but I've always been a collected guy. I don't just react like a 20-year-old maybe would. I know Dee and have known her for a while, so Rebecca ain't going nowhere, bro. A few days later, I was speaking with Dee and obviously I inquired about Rebecca. It so happens that Rebecca was single. So after hearing that, there was only one thing happening. Me and Rebecca shared a few texts and then a few phone calls later. It happens that she lives with her dad and she has a child from a previous relationship. Rebecca was mixed race. She was half white and half Indian. Her father was Indian. Instead of seeing that this wasn't a good situation, I did what 90% of men do and gave it no thought. Well, not entirely. I knew she wasn't long term, so I wasn't looking to wine and dine. But I also didn't want to fall out with Dee. It was a Wednesday evening. I was at home when I received a text asking if I was up to much and would I like to come over. I joked by saying, meeting your dad already? And she said, no, he stays in his room. We'll be in her room. I knew it was also risky, but I'm a man that has taken a risk or two, so off I went. She lived in North Liverpool, a place called Fazakerley. Now, truthfully, if you know Liverpool, you know that I'm not supposed to be in those areas looking chicks. It is what it is. The setup was that her dad's bedroom was downstairs. He stayed there with his girlfriend, and Rebecca's room was upstairs. Not directly over his room, thank God, but this was it. With the two of us in the bedroom, the inevitable happened. Come on now. You should know me by now.
Ordinary, you must be mad anytime she put on them heels. Slow wine for me, it's legendary. Deadwood's unnecessary. She want a man that can play first team regular. The man the secondary. When you see how the body shape and how she arch her back, or the gun talk chat, forget it. Me, I tell her come, take 2 steps back, rest your cheeks on that. Let me show you the wave. Really, I'm trying to tell you.
We ended up in the bed. Now at this point, strangely, my brain started to kick in and something was asking me, how the fuck are you going to work this? If I start clapping cheeks in here, next door were here, never mind downstairs. But it was too late. Rebecca was in control of the joystick and she was going in. Mrs. Sheen, slush puppy, full 100. There was a mirror right next to the bed, which was facing me as I sat up with my back on the headboard. I glanced at the mirror and all I could see was Rebecca's head going up and down. Now this sounds like heaven to any man listening to this, but believe me, it was not. The reason is because I knew that I wasn't leaving here without clapping cheeks up in this bitch. At this point, you're probably thinking, why not just take Rebecca to my house? The thing is, Rebecca's 11-month-old daughter was asleep in the next room. Rebecca was in a bad situation, but it was clear that she was in need of some heavy drillers. That's drillers with a capital D, I'm talking, bro. D, if you are listening to this story, forgive me. It has to be told. The stealth that I attempted to use in this missionary started well. The bed wasn't squeaking or clapping off the wall. I felt like I was winning. Always with the thought of Rebecca's dad bursting into the room with an axe, I could slowly feel myself losing the stealth mission and the bed was starting to rock and hit the wall. I stopped immediately, like, no, your dad's gonna come in here. As I stopped, I heard a door open downstairs. Rebecca jumped up to go into the next room to check on her daughter while I lay there, balls ready. 2 things were running through my mind at this point. I need to leave and wait till she gets back in here. Rebecca enters and within seconds I'm presented with cheeks and to go with it, an arched back. I was stood up and I had to tell her to face so that the bed doesn't hit the wall. I was on my toes in maximum stealth mode when I heard somebody coming up the stairs extremely fast. It was someone going to the bathroom, which was upstairs also. I can't do this, I said. I'm too on edge. I've not even said hello to Rebecca's dad. And I'm in his house having sex with his daughter. 10-15 minutes passed by and I needed to go to the bathroom to clean up. I don't understand why I didn't just get dressed fully before leaving Rebecca's room to go to the toilet, but boy did I get a shock. Approaching the bathroom, the light was already on and the door was slightly open. I went to the bathroom previously and it was the same, so I didn't think anyone was in there. And I just walked in. The problem here is that the person running up the stairs extremely fast to go to the bathroom 10-15 minutes ago was, yes, you guessed it. It was Rebecca's dad. And he was still in the bathroom, taking a dump.
She's got me